Good evening, everyone. All right, so we will be starting at around 6:05. I'm glad that you were able to show up at today's webinar, Usapang Halaman. So let me just check our attendance. Sinong mga sumulpot? So far on Zoom, we have 13 participants. So I believe this is also being broadcast in Facebook in my Facebook page, PesoPod. So pwede pa pong manood doon kung sakaling hindi tayo nakapag-register, okay? So right now I am admitting attendees. Okay. So sa mga nandito sa Zoom, let me just ask, sino po dito mga certified plantito and plantita? I-type po natin dito sa chat box. Ako, mga ganyan. Sino ang currently plantito plantita? Sino nagsalita? Yan, ang dami. Si Miss Chini, sabi niya siya, plantita. Yan. Miss Chini, what particular plant are you into? Ornamentals or vegetables? You can reply on the chat. Herb plant. Oh, okay, herb plant. Yun yung mga nilalagay sa parang spices, ganyan, diba, sa maniluluto. So, food plant pa rin, food plant. No? Very good, very good. Actually, our goal for tonight is to encourage everyone. Wait, kung kulog. Is to encourage everyone to embrace vegetable gardening. Okay, so later on, i-explain natin kung bakit. Okay. So let us just wait for the time. Okay, I'll be back at 6 o'clock. In the meantime, you can watch the looping video. This is just some information about the organizers. Me, JF Cabral, and East West Seed Foundation Incorporated. Okay. Hello, everyone. It's 6 o'clock and we will start in 5 minutes. So I see here on Zoom that there are already 30 participants logged in. So welcome. Salamat sa inyong pagpunta sa ating simpleng webinar kasama po ang East West Seed Foundation Philippines. Okay, ang kasama natin mamaya ay isang agriculturist. So inaanyayahan namin kayo mamaya na magtanong dahil ito ay isang magandang pagkakataon para malaman natin ang mga tamang paraan sa pagtatanim ng gulay. At saka siguro kung nagtatanim na kayo ngayon, kung kayo yung mga plantito at plantita na, malamang mayroon kayong mga katanungan na siguro ang isang ekspertong tulad ni Miss Mary Joyce lamang ang makakasagot. Okay? So mamaya po yan, pagkatapos po ng kanyang lecture, ay ina-encourage ko po kayong magtanong sa kanya mamaya. Okay? So ngayon, titingnan natin. 6:05, magsisimula na po tayo, okay? Sa ngayon, gusto ko pong malaman kung saan po tayo nanonood. I-type po natin sa chat box kung saan po tayo naroroon ngayon. Kung tayo po ba ay nasa Baguio, nasa Manila, nasa La Union, nasa Mindanao. Ayan. Para pong malaman natin kung hanggang saan po ang narating ng ating webinar. Ayan ang mga kasagutan. Ayan. Yan, sabi ni Brian ay, yan, happy birthday, sabi na, yung kaibigan po ko yan. Si Miss Gladys sa Muntinlupa. Si Brian ay sa Cavite. Yan. At si Miss Cheney sa Laguna. Si Miss Cheney yung kanina nagtatanim po, sabi niya, ng herbs. Yan, mga oregano, yung mga pampasarap po ng mga lutuin. Si Miss Freda sa La Trinidad, Benguet. Ayan, kapitbahay. Ako po ay taga Baguio. Actually, ako po ay laking Baguio. Diyan po ako lumaki. At dito lang po ako na malagi nasa Manila. Dito na po ako nakapag-asawa. Yan. Meron din tayong galing, wow, Bohol, si Miss Saturnina. At Paranaque, yan, malapit-lapit. Ako po ay nasa Paco ngayon. Malapit-lapit lang ang Paranaque. si Miss Corazon sa Parañaque din, si Mr. Alexander, Misamis Occidental. Yan. Napakagandang malaman na tayo po ay nakakarating sa iba't ibang isla dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya ito na rin siguro magandang dulot na rin ng internet. At saka binibigyan nila tayo ng pagkakataon na mga ganitong pagkakataon na maging accessible na ang information sa pamamagitan ng mga ganitong webinar. Ayan. Si Mr. Kevin sa Jensen, Pakalayo, Parañaque, Binyan, Laguna, si Mr. Diego, si Hazel sa, ayan, kaklase ko ulit yan. Sinisingit-singit niya sa message, ha? Si Miss Maria, yan, Quezon City. Yan. Maraming salamat sa inyong participation. At si Miss Elizier sa Davao del Sur. Ayan. Meron po akong kliyente taga Davao. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Okay, it's 6:05. Let's officially start our webinar. Okay. Today we are fortunate, and this is actually an honor of mine, to have this joint webinar with East West Seed Foundation Philippines. If you don't know, East West Seed Foundation Philippines is the social responsibility arm of East West Seed Philippines. Okay, let me just stop. Yeah. As I was saying, East West Seed Foundation Philippines is the social responsibility arm of East West Seed Philippines, the leading seed supplier in the country. Today's discussion is very timely with the plantito, plantita culture that is now trending. The reason I organized this webinar with East West Seed is I'm seeing an opportunity here to help people realize that we can be self-sufficient after all. If we can plant ornamental plants in colorful and artistically crafted pots, why not also food plants like vegetables? This way, we'll be able to produce our own food without the fear of ingesting some chemicals which are known to be detrimental to health, okay, and the environment, right? And it will also be one avenue to help low-income earners save money, especially that food is becoming more and more expensive each day. It's great to know that people suddenly are taking interest in planting. Actually, according to a recent local report, Filipinos have used planting as a means of coping with the pandemic. And our goal with this webinar is to encourage you to continue or start engaging in this kind of activity, even beyond or after this crisis that we are experiencing right now. All right, so are we ready to start? Ready na ba tayo? I-type natin sa chat box gulay kapag tayo ay ready na po para tayo magsimula na. Sabi natin gulay. Okay. Firstly, let me just thank my friend, Melanie Mendoza Gatchalian. If you're watching this from Canada, thank you for connecting me with your former colleagues from East West Seed. They are truly wonderful people, and they have been very supportive and cooperative, especially our keynote speaker tonight. Our speaker is a licensed agriculturist who holds a master's degree in community development from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. She is currently the program officer of East West Seed Foundation. She has been with the company for 20 years, and according to her, being an agriculturist has made her more valuable to the society. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to Miss Mary Joyce Gaviola.
Hi everyone! Magandang gabi po sa lahat. Yan. Thanks JF for that generous introduction. Okay. So ngayong gabi po magsasama-sama tayo for an hour para po magbigay ng basic na kaalaman para po makapagsimula tayo. Although may mga nagsisimula na sa atin as plantito, plantita, pero ito naman is a shift from maybe from ornamental to vegetables. So before I start sa ating video material number 1, may I share ang pinagmulan, may I share the company where we are started sa East West Seed Philippines as mentioned by JF earlier. Okay.
It all started with a seed, a vision that aims to transform the lives of smallholder farmers in the tropics. East-West Seed began in 1982, combining Western seed technology with Eastern agriculture to pioneer market-oriented plant breeding in Southeast Asia. Founders Dutch seedsman Simon Grote and Filipino seed trader Benito Domingo envisioned a better life for smallholder farmers by providing improved vegetable seed varieties that can increase farmers' yield and income. And for more than 30 years now, this seed has borne fruit. East-West Seed has now served over 18 million farmers worldwide. Our mission is to sow a better future for smallholder farmers in tropical areas. We help them increase their production and incomes through high-quality seeds and better knowledge. Smallholder farmers ensure 85% of the world's food. By helping them increase their productivity and income, by making them resilient in the face of climate change and other risks, we help ensure food security and good nutrition for everyone. East-West Seed grew from the seed of innovation that continues to flourish until today. We invest heavily on research and development. We strive to understand the needs of the farmers and markets and find ways to create tailor-fit solutions for them. We nurture the seeds of progress for the communities we serve. We partner with contract growers to produce our seeds, creating new income opportunities for rural communities. Through our knowledge transfer program, we help farmers increase their income by sharing sustainable and profitable farming practices. We collaborate with like-minded institutions to fulfill this mission. We contribute to developing the next generation of farmers. With these programs, we help enable farmers and communities to sow and reap a better future for themselves. At East-West Seed, we believe that a good seed can change the lives of millions. This includes farmers, communities, and even our employees. With the seeds of service, innovation, and passion, we continue to grow and work towards sowing a better future.
Better seeds for better yield.
Okay, so that's East Seed. I'm hoping na malinaw po sa atin yung video and also the audio of what we have shared. Okay, so maybe we are asking, nagtatanong siguro tayo kung paano magsisimula no, sa gardening or sa vegetable production, whether it's a small or a big area, paano ba talaga magsisimula? Yung ating next topic po will introduce you sa kung paano ba, ano ba yung gagamitin natin. No? I will share the video number 1 or the video material para this will help us or this will enlighten us kung ano ba yung dapat natin i-prepare prior sa pagtanim ng ating mga napiling vegetables. Okay, for our video material number 1, I'll be sharing the cuttings or seedlings. Ano ba talaga yung dapat natin gawin na planting materials as we start on our vegetable garden. Let me share my screen with you.
is Seed Foundation's Urban Gardening Webinar Series. In this webinar series, we will teach you how you can grow your own healthy, nutritious food at home. My name is Joyce, and in today's episode, we will be sharing ideas on planting materials for your home garden. So, you want to plant. What will you use for planting material? Your plant can start from seed or through vegetative propagation. There are two ways to propagate plants, through cuttings from plant parts and through seed. When planting from cutting or plant parts, also called asexual propagation, the new plant is identical to the original plant, like a clone. When planting from seed, also called sexual propagation, you get a new combination of genes and the new plant may be different from its parents. Asexual propagation is the reproduction of plants without the use of seeds. Instead, the leaves, stems, and/or roots of the mother plant are used to make a new plant. This is also called vegetative or cutting propagation. Cuttings are the most common form of vegetative propagation. Examples of crops that are asexually propagated are strawberries, cassava, sweet potato, garlic, ginger, and potato. There are many benefits of asexual propagation. Offspring are clones, genetically identical to parents. This method preserves unusual and valuable plant traits that may not pass with seeds. Examples of these traits are plant height, fruit shape, fruit color, and others. Used to reproduce plants that seldom flower or are sterile, can grow faster than growing an equivalent plant by seed. There are different methods which can be used for multiplication of various fruit plants. You may have heard of some of these terms before, like cutting, layering, grafting and budding, tissue culture, division and separation of stolon and runners, offsets, bulbs and corms, crown division. Here are examples of common vegetables planted through cuttings or kitchen scraps: talinum, swamp kangkong, luya, alugbati, luyang dilaw, and celery. Swamp kangkong stems can simply be placed into a container of water. Remove the leaves and stems you will use for cooking. Set the container of kangkong stems near a light source until the roots emerge. Change the water daily. When there are enough roots, you can transfer the kangkong to soil. Gradually expose to more sun over 3 days until it is used to full sunlight. Talinum and alugbati cuttings can be planted directly in soil. Water the container thoroughly before planting. Remove most or all of the leaves. Insert into the soil about 2 inches so they are firmly set in place. Set down in partial sunlight and water daily until leaves form. Gradually expose to more sun over 3 days until it is used to full sunlight. Here is our alugbati cuttings. We water the soil thoroughly, then insert the cuttings into the soil about 2 inches so they are firmly set in place. Set down in partial sunlight and water daily until leaves form. Gradually expose to more sun over 3 days until it is used to full sunlight. Two very useful plants to have in our home are ginger and turmeric. We only use a small quantity of each when cooking, and the rest can dry up before we need them again. But when stored in soil, they keep their freshness, and if left alone for long, will grow new shoots and roots. You can plant these in containers and just harvest what you need for cooking each time. The planting process for both ginger and turmeric are similar. Ensure that your piece of ginger or turmeric has nodes or bumps where the shoots will emerge. Water the container thoroughly and let drain. Set the ginger horizontally in shallow soil. Leave distance between pieces so that the plant can grow and expand. set in direct sunlight, and shoots and leaves will emerge. Celery and green onions can also be grown from cuttings, provided the roots are intact. Cut the celery stalk, leaving about 3 inches with the roots. Place the root part into a glass or cup with water, covering the roots and part of the stem. Leave in a sunlit place in your kitchen until new stems emerge, after which you can transfer to soil. Change the water daily. When transferred to soil, celery likes 3 to 4 hours of sunlight each day. Sexual propagation is the process of reproduction that starts from seeds. Pollen is transferred from the anther to the stigma. Fertilization occurs and seeds are produced. A seed is a small embryonic plant enclosed in a covering called the seed coat, usually with some stored food. A seed is made up of 3 parts: embryo, the young plant before emerging the seed; endosperm, seed's food reserve; and seed coat, the covering that protects the seed. This illustrates the germination process of a bean seed. From seed, a radicle will begin to sprout. As it develops, the seed coat will start to fall off. As the seed coat sheds off, it gives way for the cotyledon to develop. When the cotyledon becomes fully developed, the foliage leaves grow. Foliage leaves is what we commonly call true leaves. A seedling is ready to transplant when it has at least 3 to 4 true leaves. The open pollinated variety or OPV seeds is one in which pollination was carried out from the same parent plant. Self-pollinated seeds come from plants that accept pollen from within their own flower before it opens. An example is string beans or sitaw. Hybrid seeds are produced through controlled cross-pollination of 2 different varieties of plant within the same class to enhance certain plant or fruit features. Please note that seeds saved from both an open and self-pollinated variety can be used for planting in future. So if the tomato you're eating is open-pollinated, you can use its seeds for planting and get the same quality of fruit. If you're eating a hybrid tomato, you can still plant the seeds, but may not get the same quality of fruit as the one you're eating. OP varieties are those varieties that are continuously propagated or maintained through open pollination of the same line or population. Similar product quality is maintained through the several generations of crop cycles. Open pollinated seeds cost less, and if taken from the kitchen, can cost nothing. However, if you've never planted an open pollinated variety before, you will not know its yield potential nor its resistance to diseases. OPV also has a slower response to fertilizer. You will have to gain experience from the crop you planted and determine if the outcome is sufficient for you, given your time and effort. We will now talk of hybrid seeds. Hybrid seeds are developed by cross-pollinations of 2 varieties of the same class. In this example, tomato. The resultant crop will have various combinations of the parent characteristics. This cross-pollination is repeated until we get seeds that reflect the desirable characteristics we are looking. And this becomes parent stock. Parent stock is planted in the field to grow the crop from which the F1 seeds come from. F1 is short for filial 1 or first generation. Some of the desirable characteristics we are looking for in the plant we grow are strong field performance, tolerance or resistance to certain pests and diseases, faster growth for early maturity, high yielding, and uniform quality fruits. These are made possible with hybrid seeds. In this example for tomatoes, there are several hybrid or F1 seeds available. Garnet F1 is large and round. Jewel F1 is large but oval. Diamante Max F1 is a smaller round but matures earlier. All three are resistant to bacterial wilt and tomato yellow leaf curl virus. Hybrid seeds give you a choice on the characteristics you want to have in your crop. And knowing what you are growing and what to expect with regards to maturity date and disease resistance will have an effect on your crop management practices. Hybrid seeds give you the opportunity to select the varieties your family likes to cook and eat, and get consistent fruits every time. If you plant the seeds of F1 fruit, you may not get the same fruit quality and size as the original. F2 or extracted seeds no longer give you the guarantee of uniform fruits, disease resistance, maturity date, or yield per plant you experience with F1. You have to buy new F1 seeds. You may have seeds that you saved yourself from your garden, or you may have leftover seeds you purchased but didn't use. There are three things that affect the longevity of seeds: warmth, light, and moisture. If you store your seeds where they will encounter these three things, they will die. So keep them in an airtight storage container in a cool, dark place. And this will happen if seeds were not stored properly. Poor to no germination due to loss of seed viability. Poor to no germination due to loss of seed dormancy. Poor impression of the company that made the seeds. So to ensure of a good seed storage, check the expiration date before use and purchase only the seed quantity that you need in the near future within the given expiration date. To give you an idea of what the seed goes through before it gets to your farm or garden, here's a virtual tour of East West Seed Philippines seed production. East West Seed develops quality seeds that are suited for the climate and soil conditions in the Philippines. Our seeds go through about 5 years of research and development before a new variety is offered to gardeners and farmers. When a new variety is developed, the parent seeds are given to our partner seed production farmers who grow and produce the seeds that eventually reach you. When the seeds reach our plant, these go through several procedures to ensure seed quality. The seeds are cleaned, pass through an air screen machine, and physical inspection. Seed that pass physical quality testing go through a quality assurance process to check for germination, hybridity, and seed health. Germination is the emergence of a plant from the seed, so we actually test grow the seeds, following the standards of the local and international seed industry. We aim for 85 to 100% germination rate to pass the germination test. Hybridity means that the plant from these seeds will consistently deliver the desirable characteristics selected for the variety. Examples of the desirable characteristics are uniform yield, color, fruit size, firmness, and sweetness. We check for hybridity in two ways: actual grow-out testing in the field and through DNA analysis in laboratory. We are aiming for 97 to 100% hybridity to pass this test. We also check for seed health using the latest technology to ensure our seeds don't carry any virus or fungus that can bring disease to your plant. The seeds are then dried in a climate-controlled chamber and stored in a commercial seed storage. The seeds are packed by machines into quality cancer pouches and stored in a warehouse, ready to go out to our dealers and outlets. I hope I've been able to share something new that makes a difference in your gardening journey. Thank you for joining us in this webinar series, and we hope that you learned a lot. For more guides in growing vegetable, you may visit growhow.eastwestseed.com. To learn more about East West Seed's vegetable varieties, please download CropWiki EWS app on Google Play or Apple App Store. You can now order high-quality vegetable seed online from the comfort of your home. Visit East West Seed official Lazada store today. Bye for now!
Okay, thank you for that very informative video, Miss Joyce.
Yes.
Yes, so that was very
Hope malinaw sa
informative.
lahat yung reception.
Malinaw naman, malinaw naman.
Very good. Kasi maulan dito. I'm in Bulacan right now. So, ang lakas po ng ulan. So, akala ko maapektuhan yung ating pagpalabas ng video material.
Sawa naman ng Diyos on our end, malinaw naman yung video. And actually, as we discussed a while ago, we are opening the floor to questions. If you have questions regarding the recent video na napanood natin, ayan. So, ito na po ang chance natin na magtanong tungkol sa either seeds at saka pagtatanim ng
cuttings.
Or cuttings. Yeah. Kaya ba, Miss Joyce, sa bahay ninyo, meron ka ring vegetable garden?
Yes, opo, meron. I have ginger. So, hindi kami bumibili ng both ginger, yung yellow and yung turmeric. So, meron ako noon. We also have alokbati. So, ginagamit namin yung alokbati para sa sardinas. So, yung isa. I also have pechay. Ito ang paborito sa bahay, pechay. We also have ampalaya. We also have eggplant and tomato.
Parang ang laki ng bahay niyo. Ang dami niyong naitatanim na gulay.
Yun. Ako, akala nyo lang po malaki. Sa dami kong binanggit, lahat po ng ginamit ko doon ay container.
Wow. Which is going to be our next topic, diba?
Yes,
Container
exactly.
gardening. Pero may tanong lang ako. Regarding sa seeds, yun sa quality ng seeds ng East West. Kasi kanina may hybrid. Parang na-catch yung attention ko dyan sa hybrid seeds eh. I understand this is parang bioengineered. Tama? Bioengineered pa siya? To be resistant to ano?
So it's not genetically altered. No? Ang paggawa kasi ng hybrid, it's a natural process. Kaya lang medyo matagal. No? Actually, kaya din itong gawin ng ating mga ordinary farmers. Kaya lang it will take time, experience, and years. Kasi bago ma-produce ang isang hybrid seeds, it's a continuous cross-pollination. So bago makapaglabas ang isang company, no, whether East West Seed or other company, ng isang hybrid seed, it will take 5 years on research. So 5 taon sa research. Pero it's just a cross-pollination. No? Kung ano yung characteristic na hinahanap natin. Kaya mapansin nyo, merong eggplant na white, merong eggplant na green, merong ampalaya na maliit, no? May ampalaya na medyo light green, may ampalaya na dark green. So may characteristic na hinahanap ng isang researcher. So it depends on the location kung saan tayo, no? Kung ano yung request din ng farmer or ng market, yun ang nire-research ng mga seed company.
Yun, there you have it. Yun yung sagot na. Actually, akala ko kanina, bioengineer dati yung buto na.
No.
And I'm glad to know na hindi pala siya. Actually, hindi naman sa ano. Kasi diba, we have some schools of thought regarding sa bioengineer na plants. Pero sa inyo is natural process. Ano?
Sa East West Seed, I can safely say sa East West Seed, hindi siya genetically modified. Hindi siya genetically altered.
Okay,
it's just a hybrid seeds. Hybrid nga lang siya.
Hybrid nga lang. Okay, so let's take note of that. Okay, we have a question from Miss Gladys Caspe here, Miss Joyce. Sa cuttings po, alin po ang mas maganda or mas mataas ang chance na tumubo? Using softwood or hardwood part? Yeah.
Depende po. Kasi just say for example, sa alugbati and sa talimum, mas maganda yung hardwood sa kanya. Even sa celery, mas maganda yung hard part sa kanya. So, depende po sa klase ng cuttings or sa gagawin natin. Say for example, or yung ibang asexual propagation. Pero dun sa pinakita natin kanina, no, yung example natin, it's best yung medyo hard part.
Hard part.
Yes.
When you say asexual propagation is hindi siya ng cross-pollination sa flower?
Wala siyang seeds.
Ayan.
You don't use seeds. No? Say for example, sa banana, crown, no? Sa Sa pinya, iba rin. Iba yung gamit sa pinya. So, iba-iba. Pag sinabi asexual, there's no use of seeds. Walang seeds.
Okay.
So, it's plant parts.
Okay. Noted. So malinaw sana 'yan. I hope nasagot ni Miss Joyce yung tanong ni Miss
Yes.
nagtanong kanina?
May isa pa tayong
Si
tanong,
Miss Kilatis.
JF.
Ayan. Si Brian. Advisable po ba ang indoor vegetable garden?
Sa vegetable, may tatlo kasi tayong requirements, no? It's for you to judge kung advisable. Pero we have 3 requirements, minimum requirements. We need sunlight, we need water, and we need good soil. So kung ilalagay natin siya sa loob, chances are baka hindi, kailangan natin yung sunlight for the process of making food. Ito yung photosynthesis process. So kung in the absence of light, baka hindi maging maganda yung growth niya. Kahit pa ito yung sinasabi, say for example, you buy a seeds at ito yung sinasabi niya na characteristic ng particular vegetable that you buy, that you grow, baka hindi niya yun ma-reach yung maximum potential kasi kulang siya sa araw.
Okay.
And from our end, kami sa East Foundation, ako as an agriculturist, I don't advise vegetables placing in an indoor. Hindi talaga siya pang-indoor.
Ay, hindi talaga pang-indoor. On a related note, kasi, how about artificial lighting, Miss Joyce? Do you recommend artificial lighting kung gusto talaga nating magtanim indoors?
Yeah. Ang artificial lighting kasi ginagamit siya sa, what do you call this? Hydroponics. No? Pwede naman mag-artificial. Kaso lang kailangan, kasi meron kasing certain hours na kinakailangan. Say for example, for fruiting vegetable, we need 6 to 8 hours. For leafy vegetables, we need 4 hours. No? So, mag-i-invest ka nga lang, no? Heavily sa lighting mo, mag-i-invest ka. Pero kung i-hydro natin, kasi ang hydro, there's also light.
Yes.
Water and light siya. Kung hydro naman, may additional input din, no? Dun sa solution na gagamitin natin. So, the question kung pwede yung artificial lighting, it depends on our resources. No? So, yun. Kung kaya, why not? Let's try. Pero iba pa rin kasi kapag ang araw ang liwanag ay nanggagaling, ang source niya ay araw, yung sun.
Kasi madami akong kwento tungkol sa hydroponics. Nag-attempt ako niyan, failed lahat. Pero next time, kwento niyan.
Next, medyo complicated. Kapag
complicated.
Medyo, parang sa akin ang hydroponics, dapat level 2 siya or level 3. So, dapat may alam ka muna sa basic on growing vegetables bago mo i-level up.
I agree. Ito naman, kay Miss Fatima Signi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Question po, pag po ba expired na yung seeds, there's no chance na po bang tumubo yun?
Meron pa rin. I can only speak for East Foundation na hindi ko alam yung ibang company kasi kami naglalagay ng expiration. Kapag nag-expire na yung seeds, meron pa rin naman siyang chance. Bigyan natin siya ng 2 months. Sabi sa East Seed, sabi ng mga researcher, pwede pa siya at least 2 months. Pero, medyo nababawasan yung kanyang viability o yung germination percentage, bumababa yun. Pag sinabi natin germination percentage, kung nagtanim ako ng 100 seeds, baka mga 50 o 60 na lang yung mag-germinate sa kanya. Bumababa yun. So, yun siya. Pero yung hybridity niya, nandun pa din. Kaya lang kung konti yung tutubo. Instead na, ang binili natin, 1 pack contains 300 seeds, bumababa yun. So, baka yung 300 seeds na yun, hindi lahat mag-grow. Pero if expired, pwede pa. No? Kailangan lang maitanim agad. Tapos sana as possible, huwag tayong may expiran.
And I understand.
Para wag ma-loss yung viability ng dito.
And I understand sa packaging naman, diba meron yung expiration? Or
yes, I can also speak for East Seed. Meron siya. Yung ibang company, I'm not sure kung meron din sila expiration date. Pero sa East Seed meron.
Alright, thank you for answering. Ito naman, galing kami sa Hazel Madigem. How long will it take to harvest ginger from cuttings?
Kapag po nag-ano na siya, mga naman, yung sa akin, experience ko, yung mga 3 weeks, 4 weeks, yan. 3 weeks, pwede mo na siyang kuhanan. Kasi meron na mag-aano sa kanya, may tutubo na. Oo. Kahit sa container, merong magdadahon yun, tapos gagapang naman yung yung luya. Oo, kaya lang sa pagtanim, kung sino man yung interested sa luya, wag po ilulubog yung luya. Ano po. So, kailangan nakikita pa rin siya.
Okay.
Parang kailangan pa rin yan ng araw. Ako po, outdoor din yung aking luya. Ayun. So, eventually, yung aking turmeric na lang ang natitira ngayon sa container. At yung luya ko na, yung dilaw, yung pangtinola, yun yung na-transfer ko na sa direct sa lupa. Mas maganda, mas mabilis lumaki, mas madali silang dumami. Hindi na namin kailangan bumili ng luyang dilaw and turmeric.
Ayan, straight from the expert po yan. Ha? Ayan. Hazel, yan po. Si Hazel po ay isang chemical engineer na ngayon ay nagtatanim kanina. Kaklase ko yan.
Ganda.
Nakita
Matutuwa
ko.
ka. Ako natuwa ako sa luya.
Yan. So, maganda na parang iba-ibang mga mga
Background,
professionals.
expertise.
Nag-aano sila ngayon.
Discipline.
Kanina.
Discipline.
Here from Miss Corazon Abordo, question about pechay and mustasa. Ang count po ng days Ang count po ng days start po ba ng sow or transferring? How many days po ang count ng best to harvest para hindi mapait ang pechay or mustasa?
From sowing po, kasi kung isiseedling pa po natin siya, kung magpipregging kayo, isiseedling, it will take about 12 days po bago nyo siya matransfer. Pero kung diretso mula buto, nilagay nyo po sa container, it will take you 25 days to 30 days para ma-harvest siya. Pag lumagpas po kayo ng 30 days, chances are yung mustasa medyo pumapait siya. Kasi po nagmamature siya, so naiiba rin yung taste. So kung gusto natin ng right taste and the right flavor, we have to harvest it on the right time.
Okay, and I understand yan naman is parang meron kayong saan sila pwedeng humingi ng guidelines? Kunyari ganyan. Kunyari, first time nila.
Meron naman sa back ng packaging. Again, kay East West Seed, no? Sa likod ng packaging, meron siyang planting guide.
Ayun, yan. So, take note of that. Meron pong instruction sa likod ng packaging.
Yes.
Ayan. And, masyado ako nakaka-relate sa topic kasi nagtanim ako dati ng lettuce.
Yes.
Harvest ako ng harvest. Pait na papait siya ng papait.
Baka nag-mature na.
Oo nga. So,
kahit ang pechay, pag nag-mature siya, lalo pa pag pinabulaklak mo ang pechay, mustasa, hindi na talaga siya masarap. Pwede mo na siyang isama sa iyong composting.
Akala ko only harvest na sa lettuce, hindi pala. Okay. Here from
And may certain days, if you are after for the flavor, there's a certain days.
Certain. Yeah. From Miss Chini, nagtanim kami ng Chinese kangkong seeds and gamit namin from DA. I think this is Department of Agriculture. Tama ba? But the problem ay hindi siya tumubo, pero di naman siya expired.
Kay Ma'am Chini, gusto ko sana malaman kung saan galing yung kung sinong company yung nag-produce ng kangkong. Pero since hindi natin alam kung kanino nag-produce yan, meron din po kasi ma'am ilang factor kung bakit po hindi nag-germinate ang seeds. Ang storage po, no? Karamihan po, kaya we advise sa mga dealers po ng Easter seeds, we advise na yung seeds ay huwag po ilalagay direct sunlight. Kahit po makapal na packaging yan, may effect po yung sobrang init sa buto, no? Nababawasan po yung germination niya, bumababa yung germination, or minsan not at all walang tutubo, nagsisiro germination siya. So doon sa case ng kangkong, I'm not sure kung ano yung problema niya, kung saan siya na-store, kung saan siya natago, or kung yun, hindi naman nga expired. Pero may ilang factors po kasi sa handling din po, no, sa management. I don't know kung napalalim yung lagay nyo ng buto sa lupa. Yun, question din po yun. Kasi kung sobrang lalim po yung pagkakalagay natin ng buto sa container natin or direct sa lupa, chances are wala po tayong aantayin na tumubo or mag-germinate. No? Kahit lagyan pa natin yan ng maraming tubig, pasikatan ng araw, kung sobrang lalim, hindi po niya kakayanin. Ang soil is also a factor. Kapag po ang ginamit natin na soil ay hindi siya loamy or hindi siya firm, loose but firm, loose at firm but dapat yung ating lupa. Pero kung hindi ganun yung soil natin, mahihirapan din siyang itaas ng buto paakyat. So hindi siya makaka-germinate. So factor din po yung soil.
Okay.
So yun lang yung masabi ko, but I don't know, hindi ko alam kung saan galing kung saan company galing yung kangkong.
Related sa soil, ito, siguro last question na to before we move on to the next topic. From Mr. Brian, yan, napakabibo ni Brian. Best type of soil po for vegetable daw?
Loamy po, loamy soil.
Loamy soil.
Oo. Yung
Asan
hindi po siya, parang it's a good combination of clay, sand, ayan. Loamy soil po ang dapat natin.
ano yun?
Ah,
Ano ba? Pine-prepare or pwede siyang bilhin?
Pag
Sinusource?
container, meron kang way na manipulate mo yung soil. Pero
Mm.
kung nasa bed ka, ang way mo naman ay magdagdag ng organic para mapaluwag sila. The
Okay.
organic o kaya ay rice hull. Siguro it will need another session para pag-usapan
Oo
natin
nga.
yung good quality soil. Pero yun yung mga kailangan natin. Kailangan maluwag, no? Kasi po pagka hindi maluwag, ang tendency po kasi pag clay, ang particles po niya ay dikit-dikit yung particles niya. So
Mm.
mahihirapan po from buto pa lang, mahihirapan po siyang itulak paakyat, no? Kapag ka naman nagtanim tayo, tinransplant na natin at ang lupang napuntahan ay clay, yung ugat po niya ay mahihirapang bumaba. So hindi po siya makakahakot ng nutrients. Ang mangyayari, mamamatay siya. No? Kapag ka naman po sobrang sandy or buhaghag, ang tendency po niyan, lahat ng ilagay ninyong sustansya sa lupa nyo, madali pong mag-leach out. Ang leach out po, ang leaching, ay process po ng pagbaba ng sustansya pa ilalim.
Mm.
So, yun yung mangyayari naman sa atin. Kaya ang kailangan lang ay loamy. It's a combination of sand, it's a right combination of sand, clay, tsaka loam. So, yun siya. Or silt. So, loamy dapat yung soil natin.
So it seems napaka-complex talaga ng discipline ng agriculture. No? I
Oo,
think it's
yung iba
going to be
akala madali lang talaga eh.
it's
Oo,
going to
pag
be
nag-agri, akala madali.
yes.
Akala paglulupa lang. It's not. After first sem, medyo masakit na sa ulo.
It's going to be a learning process on their part, I think.
Yes,
Ano?
opo. It takes experience din. Oo.
Experience.
Kaya wag nyo rin don't be hard on yourself pagka nag-i-start as plantita, shifting to vegetable. Wag din maging hard sa sarili. No? Pwedeng kumuha ng advice or tulong sa iba kasi hindi nga ganun kadali din na mag-grow successfully.
Alright, thank you. Okay, let's move on to the next topic.
Okay, so proceed po tayo sa ating next video material. This next video is all about container gardening.
Hi everyone! Welcome to East West Seed Foundation's Urban Gardening Webinar Series. In this webinar series, we will teach you how you can grow your own healthy, nutritious food at home. My name is Joyce, and in today's episode, I will be sharing how to make a success of container gardening. You may have limited area for your vegetable garden. If so, you can still grow veggies in containers. Many types of containers can be used for container gardening. Instead of throwing away old or used plastic containers, this can be used to hold your plants. Example of reusable containers are pails, basins, boxes, crates, or even tires. There are many benefits of container gardening. It helps beautify the environment and helps in reducing trash and lessen pollution since it makes use of plastic containers such as used or broken pails, old basins, boxes or crates, and used tires. Containers allow vegetable gardening in smaller spaces or less land areas. You will harvest vegetable for your family and lessen food expenses. Harvested vegetables are free from contamination and harmful chemicals. You first have to decide what you want to plant, depending on your family's preference and the containers you have. Small containers means you have to stay with the green leafy vegetables such as pechay, mustasa, lettuce, and kangkong. Large containers, around 5 gallons similar to the plastic water bottles used in dispensers, allow you to grow tomatoes, eggplants, and okra. Prepare the containers and the seeds to be used. Ensure that containers have holes in them and that they are free from contamination. Soil media is needed to support the growth of the plants. There are several kinds of soil media, but the most common that can be used is 1 part soil to 1 part well-decomposed manure or compost to 1 part sand, burnt rice husk, or cocoa coir. Leafy vegetables for your small containers can be directly sowed, 1 or 2 seeds per small container. Larger plants in your larger containers should be first sown in trays or small containers, then transferred to the larger containers. Cucurbits or ampalaya and cucumber need 8 to 10 days before transplanting to the larger containers. Solanaceous plants such as tomato and eggplant need 21 to 28 days before transplanting. After the seedling stage, you can now prepare your large containers for tomato, eggplant, or okra. Ensure that there are enough holes at the bottom for drainage. There are several kinds of soil media, but the most common that can be used is 1 part soil to 1 part well-decomposed manure or compost to 1 part sand, burnt rice husk, or cocoa coir. Water the container and let it drain completely before transplanting. A large container can be heavy, so you may want to assemble this where you intend to let the plant sit. For shallow-rooted plants like leafy greens, a pot with soil depth of 10 cm will do. For deep-rooted plants like tomato, eggplant, and bitter gourd, 20 cm will work, but 30 cm is better. When transplanting, ensure you cover the roots completely and part of the stem. Most vegetables need 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight. When using plastic seedling trays or non-biodegradable seedling trays, gently pull out the seedlings and insert into the soil without disturbing the roots. For biodegradable seedling containers like banana leaf, you can insert the whole plant with the banana leaf into the soil. Cover the roots completely with soil and tamp down. Water immediately after transplanting. Most plants need watering daily, some even twice a day, depending on water retention and evaporation. Water the base of the plant, not the plant itself. Plants are like people and need nutrition, so ensure that your plants are well fed. Some plants will need stakes to support the growing stems like tomato or ampalaya. You can tie the plant to the support. Lastly, do protect your plants from insect pests and diseases. We will have another Vegiscuela training module for pest and disease management. For now, you can set some flowering plants beside your vegetables to attract pests instead of their going to your vegetable plants. You can also pick off the pest you see on the plant. You can cut off affected parts of the plant. You can use a mixture of hot pepper, garlic, and water to discourage pests. After 30 days for leafy vegetables and 60 to 90 days for other crops, you get the reward. A beautiful set of fresh vegetables for your table. Thank you for joining us in this webinar series, and we hope that you learned a lot. For more guides in growing vegetable, you may visit growhow.eastwestseed.com. To learn more about East West Seed's vegetable varieties, Please download CropWiki EWS app on Google Play or Apple App Store. Bye for now!
Ayun. That was another informative video from Eastwell Seed Foundation. And right now we are again opening the floor to questions regarding the last video. Okay. Ito from Miss Fel.
Well, yeah.
Fel Attorney, meron pong onion na nakastore sa fridge namin na bigla na lang nagpunla. So I transferred ito sa pot na may soil. We watered it naman and just gradually expose it into indirect partial sunlight. But after a few days, namatay po siya. What could I have done wrong po kaya? Ngayon po, nangyari din po siya sa bawang namin sa fridge. Parang ayaw ko na pong alisin sa ref.
Ayun, yung onion po yung gagamitin natin as planting material. Tama po ba? Hindi to onion
Yes.
seeds?
Yes, I
No?
think. Onion. Onion mismo. Yung onion mismo. Nakatago raw sa ref. Sa ref nila.
Opo. Ang pagkakaalam ko po kasi sa onion, sa Easter seed po ay buto, no? Pero kung yung bulb po ang gagamitin natin, hindi po siya advisable na ilagay sa ref. Kasi maghahakot po siya ng moisture. Tapos kung ibibilad niyo po sa araw, ang kailangan lang po sa onion bago po natin siya itanim, kung bulb yung gagamitin natin, i-air dry po natin siya bago po natin siya itanim direct sa soil.
Air dried.
So ayun, yun siguro yung nakikita ko lang na nakalagay kasi sa ref. So mas maganda na i-air dry na lang si sibuyas, si onion. And then after a while, kapag okay na yung bulb, a week, pwede na po natin ilagay sa ating direct sa soil.
And I think kasi galing siya sa ref, kasi sabi niya kasi namunga.
Oo, tapos
so,
sa sun.
Nasa sun. Siguro nabigla. May gano'n naman.
May shock, yeah. May shock.
May shock, ayun.
Shock.
So parang may shock factor din dyan.
Oo. Nahirapan siya mag-adjust na malamig. Although hindi ko pa po na-try, hindi ko pa po na-try mag-tanim ng onion gamit po yung kanyang bulb. So wala po ako experience sa onion. Ang may experience po ako sa onion ay galing siya sa seeds. Galing po siya sa buto.
Okay, thank you for answering.
Next.
Now, here from Jason. Kailan po dapat mag-apply ng fertilizer, vermicast after transplanting po?
Si vermicast, maganda siyang pang-condition ng lupa. Tapos especially kung tayo ay, if we will go to natural or sort of organic, maganda siya. Magandang ilagay muna siya before transplanting. At maganda siya na kung naka-transplant, continuous ka pa rin na naglalagay ng vermicast. May vegetable po sa karanasan or sa karanasan at sa kaalaman, ang pepper po, sweet or hot pepper, itong sili na nilalagay sa menudo, sa pansit, sila po, for one, gusto nila na kinukultivate. So pag kinultivate natin sila, maganda pong lagyan sila ng vermicast para makapag-absorb sila ng nutrients galing doon sa vermicast. Ayun. Pero ang vermicast is a good, rich soil. No? Maganda po, good source po siya ng nutrients para sa halaman natin. Excellent source of nutrients si vermicast. At saka kung natural po kasi, wala pong overdose. So magandang maglagay ng maglagay kasi kinukondisyon po natin yung lupa. Bakit kailangan kondisyon ng lupa? Kasi ang halaman po ay kumakain sa lupa. Hindi naman po yung kumakain. Konti lang po yung kinukuha niyang sustansya sa air. Mostly po na pagkain ay galing sa lupa.
Okay. Just for the information of everyone, ang vermicast, kung tama pagkakalam ko, ay yung parang dumi ng bulate, tama?
Dumi ng African nightcrawler.
Ayan.
Dumi po siya. Hindi lang po basta bulate, it's an African nightcrawler.
Okay.
So I think kasi na worm. Hindi siya yung ordinary na worm na nakikita natin na pag naghukay ka sa lupa may worm.
And I think maraming suppliers ngayon dyan, nakita ko dati sa
yes,
online.
oo. You can search sa Facebook kung gusto po natin mag-vermicast. Pwede i-search natin sa Facebook. Pakikita po natin doon yung mga nagbebenta ng dumi ng African nightcrawler.
And it could also be a good business opportunity sa mag-produce ng vermicast. And it would encourage na yung parang organic farming.
Yeah. Sa value chain ng sa chain supply ng vegetable, marami tayong makikita mga businesses dyan.
Ayan. All right. And from Brian again, For green leafy vegetables, since 30 days lang po, then, since 30 days
Pwede na
lang din pwede na
ma-harvest.
ma-harvest, need pa po ba ng fertilizer given I use the correct soil combination?
Kung maganda po yung lupa, not at all, hindi na po natin kailangan. Pero makikita po natin yung crop stand pag kailangan. No? Kung well-conditioned po yung lupa, hindi na po natin kailangan mag-fertilizer. Ang maganda pong gawin natin, yun ang kaibahan siguro ng gulay sa palay. No? Kasi ang palay, pag sinabog mo siya, balikan mo after a month. Ang gulay, hindi. Kapag sinimulan mo siyang tanggalin sa packaging, every day you need to visit vegetables. No? So, ma-observe po natin. Yung pechay natin in 30 days, malalaman natin kung bansot, no? O kung kulang sa sustansya, payat ang stem, madilaw yung dahon, may butas-butas yung dahon, something is wrong. So, kung healthy po yung halaman, no need to fertilize at all. Ibig sabihin, maganda po yung pagka-prepare natin sa lupa na ginamit natin. Say, for example, sa container, kung sa bed naman, kung sa plat natin itatanim yung pechay, maganda yung naging preparation natin. No need to apply.
I think this is another long discussion. No? Pero can you give ma'am some parang signs na nagkukulang na ng sustansya yung lupa? Na pwede, paano na lang?
Stunted po, no? Hindi lumalaki. Hindi lumalaki yung halaman. May paninilaw. Ayan. May paninilaw. Posibleng kulang din siya sa nutrients. Kapag nagbunga na yung kamatis, kapag nakita niyo po may purple sa puwitan, something is wrong. Kulang siya ng calcium. Yung mga ganun. So, yung paninilaw, maraming factor of course. Tapos yung blighting, yung pagkatuyo ng mga paligid ng dahon, something is wrong din sa nutrients sa lupa. Medyo complex lang kapag nakita mo yung itsura ng isang halaman na nilaw pero marami. Pwedeng merong bacterial infection, fungal infection, pwedeng may viral infection. Hindi naman siya COVID-19 pero pwedeng may viral. No? Ang nagkaka-virus din kasi ang halaman. No? Segue lang sa halaman, yun ang nare-relate namin sa COVID-19. Ang halaman kasi pag nagka-virus, ang ina-advise namin patayin talaga.
So wala nang wala nang pag-asa.
Wala siyang lunas.
Kasi makakahawa pa.
Yeah. Hanggang ngayon, wala namang viricide. No? Pansinin niyo po sa lahat ng nag-attend dito, may bactericide, no? May fungicide, may herbicide para sa damo, pero wala pa pong chemical na viricide or para sa viruses ng halaman.
Parang sa tao din, di ba? Kasi parang wala naman talagang specific na gamot na panglaban sa virus. Okay. Another question from Mr. Diego Camu. Ma'am, yung abo po na galing sa Taal Vulcan, pwede po bang ihalo sa lupa na taniman ng gulay? Abo daw na galing sa Vulcan.
Hindi ako sure, pero ang alam ko lang po sa ash, it can cause compaction sa soil. Iniiwasan po namin yung abo na ihalo. Kaya po pagka nagpapahalo po kami ng rice hull, alam niyo po yung ipa, ang gusto lang po nating mangyari sa ipa ay charcoal. No? Ang gusto po nating mangyari sa ay pinaitim lang, parang sinangag lang siya, pero hindi siya kailangan maging ash. Kasi yung ash po ay nakaka-contribute sa compaction ng lupa. Eventually, i-compact niya yung lupa. Kasi nagdidikit-dikit po yung particles ng ash, hindi na siya maluwag. So, I'm not sure. Hindi po ako sure dun sa ash galing sa sa Taal. Hindi po ako sure. Pero we don't recommend ash sa soil mixture.
Yeah. Thank you. So that malinaw yan. Hindi raw siya advisable. Okay. Another question from Miss Elizir or from Elizir. May effect po ba ang vermicast pag sobra ang iyong inilagay dito?
Wala po. Wala.
So talaga ma'am, talagang kahit vermicast na lang gamitin
yes,
yung
oo. Kasi pinapaluwag niya yung lupa eh. Kinokondisyon niyang mabuti yung soil.
Okay. So, kasi nung bata ako, ma'am, sorry personal question ko na to. Kasi yung mga manok, kasi may mga manok kami dati. So sabi nila, wag daw diretso yung ipot ng manok dun sa halaman kasi mainit daw, mamamatay daw yung halaman. Totoo yun,
totoo. Yes, totoo. Kung gagamit tayo ng chicken manure, kasi ang chicken manure dahil sa mainit siya, bumabalik siya sa natural composition. Pag hinalo mo siya na hindi pa siya well decomposed or hindi siya processed, pag sinabi natin processed chicken manure, nag-undergo ng heat treatment para mawala yung mga unwanted microorganisms sa kanya. No? Kapag hindi siya process, ang gagawin kasi natin sa halaman, didiligan, paaarawan, dilig araw, tubig araw. So bumabalik sa natural composition yung dumi ng manok kung saan siya ay nakakasunog. So makita mo na lang na yung halaman mo, yung mga edges ng dahon, posibleng sunog. O yung stem niya sunog. Akala mo, may fungus ba? May bacteria ba? Kasi mga senyales din yun ng ano. May kulang ba sa nutrients? Hindi pala. Yung pala, yun yung ginamit natin na chicken manure.
Okay,
So,
more
mainit po
questions.
talaga. The reason mainit si chicken manure, mataas ang kanyang nitrogen content.
Okay, good to know that. Right, so marami pang question. Actually, lumadami. Ito from Miss Nona. From Miss Nona, naawa po ako sa pechay and
Pechay
mustard
ba?
seedlings ko kasi po leggy siya.
Legi, mataas.
Kasi po lately ay maulan po sa amin.
Oo,
Ano pong solusyon
oo.
para hindi po matunaw ang seedlings?
Oo,
Salamat po,
oo.
Miss Joyce.
Yun po yung problema natin kapag ka talaga maulan, no? Lalo pa po at seedling stage. Pagka po gano'n, pwede pong ipasok siya sa loob, tapos gawan po ng artificial lighting. Yan ang pwede po sa kanya. Oo. Yung simpleng fluorescent light po, pwede po yun sa kanya. Kung nasa seedling stage po yung ating mga leafy vegetables. Kasi mabilis lang ang leafy vegetables talaga eh. Mabilis lang ang kanyang life cycle. So, even seedling stage, mabilis siya. So, kung hindi mo mapapansin na leggy siya, pag tinransplant mo siya, chances are mamamatay siya.
So, ma'am, kung ano naman, kung medyo...
Pwede pagka talagang sobrang ulan na ha, yung hindi nagpapakita ang araw at all, pwedeng gamitan na po natin ng artificial lighting. Pwede ipasok sa bahay. Yun ang solution na nakikita po natin doon.
So kung medyo pangit na ma'am yung germination niya, may pag-asa pa na gumanda pa yung pagtubo niya. Kung basta naabot.
Meron po. Tapos kung itatanim natin siya, medyo malalim. Kasi pag sinabi yung leggy, ano yun eh, mataas.
Mahaba.
Kaya siya mataas, naghahanap na siya ng araw. Tapos wala siya makitang araw. Naghahanap siya.
Okay, right. From Miss Maria Imelda, naging parang kulay bronze yung leaves ng kamatis ko. Ano po ang problem doon? And ano pong remedy?
Naku ma'am, yung pagiging bronze po ng kamatis, marami pong dahilan eh. Probably ay insect. No? Mahirap din pong sabihin kung anong klaseng insect hanggat hindi po natin nakikita. Ang common po na bronzing, ang gumagawa po ng bronzing ay mites. No? Ito po ay sa case ng eggplant. Pero kung may bronzing sa kamatis, pwede po kasing fungal, pwedeng bacterial infection, pwede rin pong insekto. Mahirap po talagang matukoy not unless makita po talaga namin yung specimen. Opo. Okay. Hindi ko rin po malaman kung ano yung nangyari. Kung meron po tayong picture dito, mas maganda sana. No? Pero pwede po kayong magpa-member sa Home Gardening 101 ng may grupo po sa Facebook page ng Home Gardening 101. Ipadala nyo lang po para po masilip namin kung ano po yung problema ng inyong kamatis.
Okay. Given that, ma'am, meron bang parang online community ngayon ng mga agriculturists na pwede nilang pagkonsultahan sa mga problem na ganito?
Sa Eastless po, meron pong Home Gardening 101. Meron din po tayong isa pa, yung Plant Doctor. Pwede pong i-search natin ang Plant Doctor. Doon po kasi, the doctor is always in. Meron din po kasi doktor ang mga halaman. Pwede pong i-search natin doon kung anong klaseng crop. Say for example, ang problema ni Ma'am Imelda ay kamatis. So, i-click lang natin yung kamatis. Tapos lalabas po si kamatis. Pag kinlik po natin yung kamatis, lalabas puro yung parte ng kamatis na may problema tayo. Fruits, leaves, shoot, roots. Tapos kung i-click po natin yung pangalan nito, dahon, lalabas puro kung ano yung mga problema. Makikita po natin kung ano yung closest to our problem. The pictures closest to our problem.
Okay.
So mabibigyan tayo ng solution doon. Meron po kami another session. Baka another session tayo doon.
Yes, we are looking forward to that. Kasi parang talagang napakahirap.
Interesting, medyo malawak.
Malawak.
Kaya kung titingnan mo, JF, hindi ganun kadali yung kinakain natin. Hindi ganun kadali i-produce ang ating pagkain.
Kaya napakamahal ng pagkain. Huwag po nating sinasayang. Yes.
Huwag sinasayang.
Yes. From Miss Lani Gorgonia, ano kayang problem kung ang seedlings maigsi ang stem pero okay naman ang size at health ng cotyledons, ang budding through leaves? Cotyledons and budding through leaves. Yeah.
Kung maiksi ma'am ang seedlings natin, baka yung nutrients yung sa medium na ginamit natin, kung ito po ay nakasow, Ma'am Lani, kung ito inilagay sa container, baka sa lupa. Kasi kung maganda po yung lupa natin, for example, seedling tray natin nilagay, o kaya ay egg tray, o kaya eggshell, o kaya ay plastic cups, maganda supposed to be ang tubo niya kung maganda yung mixture ng lupa. Hindi siya dapat maiksi yung stem niya. So dapat maganda siya. pero sabi ay okay naman yung cotyledon at saka yung body ng true leaves. Baka ma'am sa lupa or patubig. Ako naiisip ko po dito ay yung soil, tapos yung watering po. Baka po pwedeng i-check natin yung pag-water ng ating seedlings.
Thank you. From Diego, from Miss Nona and Rene Torres. Paano po ang soil na nasprayan ng insecticide dahil po sa dami ng langgam? Okay po bang gamitin ito sa gulay? Yan, ito na yung medyo interesting.
Ano po kayang insecticide ang ginamit? Sa pesticide po kasi may mga classification po tayo na systemic, ayan, contact, no? Yung mga bagong term, may contact. Pag sinabing contact, specific lang po ito sa parte ng halaman. No? Contact pesticide. Contact pesticide sa dahon lang, mamamatay na yung peste. Or aalis yung peste kasi in-spray mo sa dahon, mabaho, aalis yan. Pag sinabi po nating systemic, kahit po sa lupa ko siya idinilig or in-spray sa isang parte ng halaman, papasok siya sa buong sistema ng halaman. Ultimo po ugat nun, may pestisidyo. Yun po ang iniiwasan natin na hindi po talaga namin ina-advise ang systemic pesticide, no? O systemic na mga pestisidyo, hindi natin ina-advise yan, especially kung fruiting or flowering or harvesting. No? Kasi ang tendency pag nag-harvest hanggang bunga yan, nandoon po talaga. May residue, may nakakain tayo. Chances are tayo pong lahat dito na nag-a-attend. 34 po tayo, chances are meron na tayong nainom or may na-ingest na tayo na pesticide. It's just that kaya tayo buhay this time ay kaya natin i-tolerate yung lasa sa katawan. No? So, yung sa soil po, yung insecticide, yung tanong ni Ma'am Nona, ano po kaya yung nature ng insecticide na ginamit para sa ants? No? Hindi ko po alam kung systemic or contact. Malalaman po natin yan doon sa gagamitin na pestisidyo. Pag systemic po, makakasama po ito sa gulay.
Bygone po daw, ma'am.
Bygone nga?
Bakit bygone?
Bygone. Bakit po bygone ang namatay po ang langgam? Namatay siguro ang langgam. Ang bygone po,
bygone po, pero wala pong tanim.
Oo, wala pang tanim. Kung wala pa pong tanim, wala pong effect yun. Mawawala din po siya. Ang klase po kasi ng, kahit po mga chemical pesticide, for a time, magbo-volatile po yan. Sisigaw po yan. Oo.
Okay.
Volatility naman po ng mga pesticide, mabilis. Oo. So kung walang tanim, mawawala. Wala pong epekto. Huwag niyo pong intindihin. Kung namatay yung langgam at problema niyo po talaga ang langgam, okay lang po. Kung wala pa pong tanim, huwag niyo pong problemahin. Mawawala din po yun. Baka by the time na magtanim kayo, wala na yung bygone.
Kasi
yes, sisingaw din naman siya.
Yes,
mag-oxidize siya.
Pero parang kasi kanina sa video nyo, ma'am, meron namang parang biological, tama bang term ko? Natural way para i-repel, biological way para i-repel ang insects.
Yes,
yung paggamit ng bulaklak,
yung mga maamoy, no? Lemongrass, basil, oregano, yan pwede po marigold. Kasi ang ina-attract po ni marigold ay beneficial insect. So yung makakatulong natin para i-ward off o paalisin yung mga kalamang insekto.
And it's good to know that East West Seed Philippines is promoting the use of non-chemical pesticide, agrichem.
Yes,
yung mga parang harmful chemicals para na agrichem, tama.
Kasi talagang ang harmful chemicals ay may detrimental effect sa ating sa ating katawan o sa ating health in the long run. So dapat ngayon pa lang nag-start tayo to be responsible grower, no? Even home gardener, maging responsible tayo. Kasi kung may surplus tayo at ibebenta natin, o kung may sobra tayo, suyang-suya na tayo sa pechay at bibigay sa kapitbahay, sana yung ibibigay natin, wala ding lason.
That's a very plausible idea, ma'am. Okay, another question from Miss Claribel. About papaya, nagbunga siya ng 15 fruits pero hindi po lumaki and eventually nabulok. What could be the possible reason?
Again, marami po mga possible reason kay papaya. Not unless we see the specimen, matutukoy po natin specifically kung ano. Even our researchers po, minsan they go to laboratory para malaman kung anong microorganism. Kung nabubulok, pwede po kasi na fruit rotting. Ang fruit rotting po ay gawa ng bacteria no? Hindi ko rin po alam kung iyan po bang papaya natin. Papaya ay malapit sa ibang tanim. Baka po may mga nag-spray ng pestisidyo na through wind ay pumunta po sa atin yung yung hangin na merong pestisidyo, nakakasama din po iyon. So marami pong factor. Pwede rin po kasing insekto. No, ang insekto rin po ay nagkokos ng pagbulok. Ang fungi po, ang fungus ay nagkokos din po ng pagbulok. So marami pong factors, not unless, pasensya po talaga Ma'am Claribel na hindi ko matukoy kung ano talaga yung problema, but not unless we see the specimen, doon po kami makaka-advise sa inyo kung ano yung nangyari at anong dapat natin gawin.
Okay. I think wala nang question from the audience, no? Are there other questions na darating? May pahabol ba?
Oo, meron pa kaya?
I'm very grateful sa audience natin. Very participative sila. Yes, very participative.
Nakakatuwa po kayo.
Yes.
Sana po ay nakatulong kami.
Yes. Yeah.
May final pa ako. Di ba pakita ko?
Sige. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Ito na ba?
Yan. Thank you very much daw. Okay, so ma'am.
Salamat, Sir Brian. Very informative naman. Salamat, Sir Brian. Salamat, Ma'am Lani.
So I understand you have another video to share from Eastwood.
Hindi naman, magpo-promote lang kami.
Sure, ma'am. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
I'll share my screen para po sa lahat. Eto po, para po sa lahat, please like and follow our FB page, no, for more updates and announcement, no, mga information po. Easter Seed Foundation PH, ayan, paki-like po siya. Makakakita po tayo na ng mga ilang announcement, mga ilang technical guides, ayan, dyan po natin makikita. Also, kindly like our advocacy, the Oh My Gulay. Ito po, Facebook page din po ni Oh My Gulay. We also have IG, no, para po sa may mga Instagram. Kindly follow us sa IG at Oh My Gulay. Yan. Ito naman po yung aming for the consumption, no? Ito yung nagpo-promote ng ating consumption. So, maganda rin na makita natin at ma-share natin para po mag-spread lalo yung awareness sa food safety, sa freshness, and also sa nutrition. Yan. I also have a video here. Sana po ay may sounds. Ayan. Although nakita na po ito sa loop. Ayun, kindly check out po the East to Seed Foundation website. No? It's up and running. Yung po mga napanood natin na video material, nandun po yan lahat sa foundation website. Mada-download nyo po siya in three ways. No? Meron po kaming high resolution, merong low resolution, meron po kaming PDF, meron po kaming PDF with notes. And you could also take the quiz, no? Per episode, kamukha po yung napanood natin kanina, episode 8, cuttings or seedlings. And the episode 1, container gardening, meron po iyang 10 key questions per episode. At yung 10 key questions, if you got it correctly, all 10 key questions, you will get the certificate. So, para po sa mga after sa certificate, ang pagbibigay, we're so generous. Ang pagbigay po namin ng certificate ay per episode. Kindly sign up. Ito po siya. Ito po yung mobile sign up ng aming website. Ayan. So, ayun. Go to Easter Seed Foundation. Yun po yung una. Sign up. And then after that, select Veggie Eskwela under your profile. And then kung gusto nyo pong mag-take ng certification test, ito pong dalawa, may napanood nyo na. Kailangan ma-answer nyo po yung episode 8 and episode 1, 10 key questions correctly. Kasi napanood na natin ngayon. For now, meron po kaming 14 episodes downloaded at our website. So you can head on and visit the website. So kung meron na kayong 12 na lang, 12 to go. Or if we're going to have another session like this, magkita-kita po tayo for more sharing of knowledge on gardening.
Okay, thank you, Miss Joyce. Alright. So, I understand, no, lahat yan dun sa inyong website. Tama.
Yes,
East
yes.
West Seed Foundation. Right. So, kindly check po yung kanilang website. Okay. And I
Yes. So
think yan po
especially to
yung...
those na
Mhm.
asking for certificate.
And I think that's one way para po masagot yung mga hindi natin nasagot ngayon is para mag-self-learning, no?
Yes.
Mag-self-learning tayo. I think napakaswerte natin kasi nasa internet age na tayo. Pwede nating matutunan
Yes.
lahat ito.
Oo.
Hindi mo na kailangan kumuha ng although siyempre kailangan kung maging expert. Pero kahit pa paano nagiging parang accessible na talaga
Accessible.
information.
Yes. Ang information. Very good.
Okay. So do you have
Ito rin yung kagandahan ng pandemic.
yes, okay.
Parang galing tayo from different places pero
Mm.
nagkasama-sama tayo for this advocacy or for this objective of awareness and gardening.
And people now are
Uy, meron ng naka 14 certificate from 14 episodes.
oh yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Si what's the name?
Manwada,
Amanwada.
Miss Amanwada from UP.
Congrats po.
14.
Congrats. Cheers.
And I hope she'll be able to give feedback. No? Saan ba siya pwedeng mag-iwan ng feedback just in case, ma'am? Yung mga nag-take ng certification, pwede sa Facebook niya.
Pwede naman. They can leave a message sa aming Facebook, no? Either sa East West Seed Foundation or sa Oh My Gulay Facebook page.
Okay. Right. So do you have any last ideas or concept or message to leave to our audience, Miss Joyce?
Kung ano po yung natutunan natin ngayon, whatever information that we got for this webinar, kindly share it to others. Yun lang po yung magagawa natin. And by planting, we are also saving or preserving our environment. Isa lang po itong tirahan nating planet Earth. So, dapat na pangalagaan natin at tayo din naman siguro, halos lahat naman siguro ay meron ng mga generation na sumunod sa atin, may mga anak. So, ito po yung mabibigay natin na contribution para sa kanila.
Yes, I agree. Right? And firstly, I would like to thank everyone for coming today, and I hope we were able to encourage you to contribute to our effort in promoting food sustainability and self-sufficiency. Next, I would like to thank East West Seed Foundation Philippines for partnering with me on this webinar. Despite me being a newcomer in the finance industry, you agreed with this partnership without question. Okay, this is a privilege. Okay, to Ma'am Elena, Maria Elena Primicias Banturen, or Ma'am Bing, thank you. And of course, thank you very much, Miss Mary Joyce Gaviola, for sharing your time and your expertise with us. To everyone, if you find this webinar helpful, please like and share our pages, East West Seed Foundation and PesoPod on Facebook. You could also visit www.pesopod.com for more information on how I, JF Cabral, can help you achieve your financial goals. This is the reason I'm doing these webinars for free, because my goal, as I always say, is to give determined Filipinos a chance for a sublime life. Okay, again, this is JF Cabral, and in behalf of East West Seed Foundation, that's all for now. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you po. Thank you.